Good morning. Welcome to the Carla Marie and Anthony Show. My name is Anthony.
I'm Carla Marie.
And if you are here, I should say, for the announcement, give us a second. Let us get settled in here. Mm-hmm. We will tell you all about it, but a lot has happened since we were last with you, especially here on Twitch. That was last Thursday.
Yeah, like a lot has happened.
Yeah, Carla Marie was supposed to go to Taylor Swift last weekend.
Did not do that.
That didn't happen. And we also, Carla Marie just went through level 5 of the hype train.
Well, we got the shamps.
Should we wait until the announcement?
Yes.
And we can double up the hype train, drink, and the announcement? Okay.
But to go off of Sweet Eats by V in the chat right now saying she's trying to win Taylor Swift tickets in California, listening to the radio. So a few days ago, before I know I was sick, my neighbor had friends visiting from San Francisco, and I met them. And they were like, oh, my God, I can't believe you guys are going to Taylor because we were going together. Mm-hmm. I'm dying to get tickets in San Francisco, all this stuff. So that girl that I met has actually been using – iHeart has the talkback thing that they do that we didn't have. No. They started that after we worked in radio. She's been doing that to try to win, and my neighbor's been sending them to me. She's been getting on the air with them.
Okay,
but she hasn't won yet. But every time she's like, so she has a spreadsheet of all the local radio stations and all their Taylor giveaways.
So what is the mechanism then to use the TalkBack app or feature and win? How do you do that?
How do you win? I'll look at her spreadsheet and let you know.
Is it like the 16th person to call back or whatever, TalkBack?
It was.
Because I don't trust that one bit.
Me neither, but it is.
Let's see. That's a pretty impressive spreadsheet. Is it multiple stations?
Yeah. Sorry, I can't really. There. For whoever listens to Wild 94.9 the most between now and July 26th to win. So that's over, but that they were using the app. They were finding people that had the app running the longest. I've been hearing that everywhere. And then back to back, leave us a talk back on the free iHeartRadio app, letting us know your name, phone number, where you're calling from, and why you want to see Taylor. You'll instantly be entered to win a pair of tickets. So it's basically like...
So it's an enter to win.
You're just by using the TalkBack.
Yeah, so you use the TalkBack app and you are entered to win, which is fine.
But who are they doing?
I think the other one... I'm sure there's some way to automate it. The other one where it's like whoever listens the most, the reason I hate that, the reason I rolled my eyes, is it's such a zero effort way to win. Right? All you have to do is have the app running.
Which actually isn't a...
I hate it. Because then... And I guess all of them are tricks to make you listen longer, but it's just anyone can do that. Like, you don't have to be a huge Taylor fan to just leave an app running in the background, right? It's a music app, so just like Spotify, you could leave it running, turn your volume down, and you're done.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't like it. Seems like a very low effort, like low creativity way to win.
I know they're trying to get people to listen, but a station this week should be doing like a come to this event, you have to be there to win. And just like station name everywhere, station photo booth. You get 500 people in one space. Give them all COVID.
Can you text Erica? Because I'm pretty sure her station in San Diego, which is soon going to be her former station, which is crazy to say.
I was like,
they
I know.
They're doing a Taylor party, like a Taylor tailgate.
Yeah.
Taylor
gate.
That
happened already.
Oh, they did it already?
Yeah.
Okay, but they were giving away tickets there.
Yeah.
So it is very similar to your idea.
Tay-gating.
Tay-gating? Mm-hmm. Okay. Why'd you do that move?
Because I can't believe I missed that freaking concert.
Yep.
Okay, we'll get into that. Let's do the announcement.
You sure? Yeah. All right. Well, as you saw in the notification, this is our last stream. It is our last stream from this home studio because Carla Marie and I, with more help than I could have ever imagined from our friends at Gillywagon, have built a brand new, pretty state-of-the-art studio. And that's where we will be streaming from.
Yeah.
From here on out. So right after this show today, what? Oh, you want the... Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy
birthday. This will be our new... Well, that'll be our new birthday. So...
Well, here's a couple things. Number one, We will show you the full studio on Monday.
Do you have a photo of anything?
I do have one photo. And if you watched the reel that was on any of our accounts yesterday where Carla Marie walks into a room, that was very early in the actual build-out of the studio. So, like...
When you say early, it really wasn't. It actually... That was like not even 2 weeks ago. So...
Into the actual build-out, a lot of the other stuff was being done beforehand, the planning stages.
Yeah, so I actually texted Amy from Gillywagon yesterday, and I was like, do you remember the date of when we started this process?
Oh, man.
And she had a text. You guys had been texting on April 25th. She had sent you a photo of something that she did to the studio. Was the first thing to be done. But it was prior to that we physically, like, we're like, all right, this is going to be our space. So for 3 months, we have been building out this studio, and on Monday when you get to see it, we can explain more of the detail and what went into it. But, and we're going to say this over and over again, but Amy and her husband Jeff, honestly, we'd be just laying on the ground covered in paint right now.
Yeah, they're like our studio godparents.
If it wasn't for them. Yeah. But all the things that went wrong in this process of a torn Achilles, which means no ladder, no standing. 4
bouts of COVID, when you think about it, because Amy and Jeff, they also had a wedding in between all of this. Wedding. So they got married, got COVID after their wedding. Then right before that, I tore my Achilles. Then Carla Marie got COVID. Then I got COVID. Yeah. So there's been a lot that's happened since we had this idea. But we are going to be in the Gillywagon offices.
Yeah, Seattle Cocktail Club. There's a whole bar. I'm not going to have to mix anything anymore. Yeah. It's going to be all done for me.
It's going to be pretty cool. The bathroom is a little further away, though, so Carla Marie's going to probably have a problem with that.
And the saddest part, I did see Mandarin Rose mention this, is that there won't be a random cat. But don't worry, we already decided that every once in a while, we're going to bring a cat to work.
Yeah, Simba Blast said the same thing. Also,
there's an office dog.
There is an office dog, so we'd have to figure out kind of what the deal is. Because the office dog does get preferential treatment since it is the owner's dog.
And I don't want to jump the gun here, but there's a chance we may have a grand opening event.
Yeah. So next week we'll hopefully be streaming from there on Monday. So what's going to happen is basically after today's show, I'm going to start breaking everything down, everything that we don't need for, the morning show podcast. And then over the weekend, Saturday and Sunday, I will be putting everything together for us to get our first stream done. Now, once we stream from there, that doesn't mean it's going to be the final part of the piece of the puzzle, I should say.
Yeah, we still have to we're using temporary chairs right now. We're not sure because we're not going to be sitting next to each other anymore. There will be more cameras in there, so it's going to be a lot for us. So
lots of tinkering to come.
It's going to be Carla Marie and Anthony 3.0 beta.
Yes. It's a good way to think about it.
Yeah.
So we don't know if we'll do the grand opening party right away or if we'll wait till things are more settled. But I'm very excited. I'm very excited for you to see the studio.
Oh, and I forgot this part. It's on the beach.
Oh, it is. Yes. Yeah. And I know someone said that we were finally going to have a commute again. Yes, it's Meg, not Megan. But I will say, there are people who have real commutes, you know?
Yeah.
This is like a 6-minute commute at most.
Whether we drive or if I ride my bike, it's the same amount of time somehow. 9 minutes, which is nice. But on our way, we've been going. Why were we going in the morning? Oh, when we were actually broadcasting out of that space, but out of Amy's actual
When Danielle
office.
and her family were here, yes.
And that's not what our studio, that's not the same room. But we were doing the commute, and we were, like, looking at the mountains. We're like, this is going to be so nice until the winter.
Yeah.
But it was, like, cool, and I can't wait to mentally be able to compartmentalize work and home and then have this space back.
Yep.
And give you, like, more space for your, like, clothes and things like that. And here, we're moving on up, people. Yeah. Pop it.
Oh, time to pop this.
We're going to need, like, a roaming camera on Monday.
We could do that. That's easy.
So that I can show people, because obviously they're only going to see.
Yeah. It'll be cool to have a space where we want everything to be on camera or to be shown, you know, because, like, my closet is right here. Sometimes there's stacks of clothes next to us.
Here's
Right
a
now
towel.
there's towels.
Why is there a towel in here?
All right.
Oh, wait. We know how this goes.
I'm gonna ruin all the equipment. Oh God. Hold on. Quick. Oh, that somehow hit my leg.
Oh no.
What?
Third canceled flight with JetBlue. Heather on Long Island said, "You missed the announcement. We're moving into a new studio. 10 minutes away."
I do have one picture to show. We said we weren't showing the full studio until we're in there on Monday.
But we'll at least show you what I reacted to.
Yes.
Oh, and since
You want to put this over there, Carla?
Seattle Cocktail Club is our new home, we're getting fancy with.
Yeah. So I forgot
That
what
is
this was
not how
called.
you open champagne. Gillywagon said.
How do you open it? With a saber? You slice it open. I think that's all you have to do.
Chambord.
Okay.
We're fancy now.
Let me show everyone the picture that this is what Carla Marie reacted to in the reel that you probably saw on either my account, Carla Marie's account, or the show account. That. And it's
That color,
cropped.
and the color is a little off.
Color's off because it was dark when we walked in there.
Oh.
But I didn't want to show people exactly what it was. But that is one of the walls in our new studio.
The way it's cropped, it could literally be a little frame.
I know. But that's why I did it specifically like that. That is one of the walls, full wall. Like, that thing is taller than me.
But it also,
in our studio.
To be clear, and you'll see it in real life or on Monday, that blue is our actual blue. I don't know why the heck. It's probably because Anthony took it on an Android. So
yeah, that's definitely it.
But it's a mural.
It's pretty cool.
And that's just just freaking wait. So I am so mad I didn't actually film this or have you film it. I FaceTimed my mom and then I FaceTimed my dad. And their reactions, because I've been saying what we're doing and I'm explaining things and they have no idea what I'm talking about. My mom was like, "Whoa, that is so cool." And my dad was like, "Oh my God, that's your space. God bless. Good luck with it." So it
is cool.
Getting to see their reactions, I cannot wait for you guys to see it.
Ivy731 said, "Monday is my birthday. Can't wait to see your new place on my birthday." That'd be a lot of fun. And we could play the birthday song for you, so make sure you remind us. Cheers to you, Carla Marie. Cheers to everyone who supported the stream thus far. And more than anything right now, cheers to Amy and Jeff.
Hell yes.
Because when you see the studio, you will see their handiwork.
It wasn't.
We couldn't do one thing in that space without their help.
The design wasn't even our idea.
No. So, cheers.
Wow, I wish I could taste this. I got a little bit of it.
That's cool with the Chambord in there. I've never had that.
It is nice.
So you still can't taste?
I can taste everything as if it's like a mist that I walked into.
Really? I haven't lost any of my taste. And in a second, we will talk about COVID and how it whooped us in the past week. But I do have to go blow my nose, and I don't like doing it here, so I will be right back.
Oh, here, take a tissue.
I'll just go to the bathroom. BRB. Carla Marie, take it away.
What was blurred out in the video? Do I tell you? No, you'll wait. What? Okay. No. Fine. It was our show logo on the door, which makes it so official. There was something I was just about to say. I'll get into a little bit of the COVID story. Before I knew I actually had COVID, on Saturday, I was laying down all day. I was like, I need to rest because I have a sinus infection. I have Taylor tomorrow. But we ran out of toilet paper, tissues, and paper towels. So I had to do an order for all three at Fred Meyer, and I had to go pick them up. So it was for a little bit on Saturday because I didn't want to go into a store because I was that miserable. I said to Anthony, I'm like, we have no toilet paper. You've got 2 hours. Don't do anything. Don't even blow your nose. We got nothing. So it was a little bit of a struggle there for a bit. But then we were good. We were living like it was 2020 for real. We had no idea. Sarah from Florida. I have had COVID 3 times now. The last time was 3 weeks ago, but it was the most mild. I didn't lose taste or smell this last time, just a bad runny nose and exhaustion.
Yeah, that's basically where I'm at.
Yeah.
I feel pretty I wouldn't say I feel great by any means.
Here's the thing. I don't think I've lost taste and smell. Are we doing the COVID conversation?
Yeah.
We're going to skip over the burglary?
Yeah.
We'll go back to it. I don't think I lost taste and smell from COVID specifically, like in that whole thing. I think I can't taste or smell because I'm still congested up here. So I can smell
everything up.
I can smell better than I did, but also I'm on Paxlovid, which is the prescription for COVID, which the second I took it, I started to feel better, which was crazy. But that side effect is that you'll get a metal taste in your mouth, or almost like you chewed vitamins taste in your mouth. And it like screws up everything else. Like everything tastes weird, and it makes you like not even want to eat. It's weird.
So I decided I didn't go with Paxlovid, mainly because I didn't really have any bad symptoms. And I think part of that was the second that Carla Marie tested positive, I started treating myself like I had COVID, even though I wasn't testing positive. So I was resting. I was drinking a crap ton of water. I did the supplement cocktail that is suggested, which is like zinc, vitamin C, and vitamin D. So I did all of that. Drank bone broth every day instead of making a whole chicken noodle soup or anything. Just bone broth was great. All of that stuff. And I think because of that, because I was actually taking care of myself before I got my symptoms weren't as bad, which really just goes to show you if you do drink your water and get some rest, you're going to be okay in most cases.
So what had happened was, wasn't feeling great on Friday. And I was like, I'm just going to lay down and rest. That was like late afternoon. And our friend had been like, hey guys, we have extra spots at our wedding. Do you want to come tomorrow on Saturday? And we were like, all right, cool. Like, this will be so fun.
Yeah.
We'd love to go. It was going to be a Korean wedding. We were so pumped. We were going to be with Amy and Jeff from Seattle Cocktail Club. And then over like Friday night into Saturday, I kept waking up and was like, I feel awful. Like, it was so hard to explain. Looking back now, it was truly like how I was when I had COVID the first time. But I was like, had to be denying it in my head. Big COVID denier.
It's also so far out of our, like, minds.
That's what all my friends were saying. They're like, dude, the fact that you even tested. I was like, yeah, I know. So Saturday morning, I woke up and I was like, I can't go to this wedding. And they're like, what? I'm like, I can't. So we had to tell them we can't go to the wedding.
After telling them the day before that we could.
Yeah. So now all day Saturday, I had woke up and I, for some reason, just decided to reorganize the refrigerator. And that was the extent of my energy for the day. I was like.
So you touched everything.
I touched everything. I was out on the couch. And then I had to go pick up all the tissues and stuff Saturday night. And then I'm laying in bed. Well, symptoms, by the way, now looking back, started Wednesday night. I started losing my voice recording the podcast. Thursday, I had people reaching out to me like, you were blowing your nose more than ever on Thursday. So it makes sense. Sunday into...
You're right there?
COVID brain. Saturday into
You're
Sunday.
Right there, Mitch McConnell?
That's messed up. I kept waking up so hot. And I was like, this isn't, like, the air conditioning's on. I took my temperature and I had a fever and I was like, oh, Taylor, no.
Oh, yeah.
And I was like, okay, I'm going to be fine. But as soon as I, like, actually woke up Sunday morning, 8 a.m., I took a COVID test and it was like, bing!
Yeah.
And I wake him up, I'm like, I have COVID. He's like, no, Taylor, my parents are coming. And I was like, I'm going to bed. So then I immediately made a Zoom care appointment. Within 15 minutes, I had a prescription for Paxlovid. He was going to pick it up. Nara, who works at Fred Meyer, I get a call and I see it's Fred Meyer. She's like, hi, Carla Marie, it's Nara. We need your new insurance information. I'm like, Anthony's on his way with it already. So that was a little like silver lining. Got to chat with her on the phone. And then I rested, but my friends I didn't cry, which was crazy.
I thought you did.
No, I was just like, but my friends had so much fun. I was like genuinely so happy for them. My neighbor Olivia went, but she only knew Hannah, and she got to meet all my friends without me and pregame with them and make friendship bracelets with them.
That's cool.
They FaceTime me. I got to do 1, 2, 3, let's go, bitch. But I do have good news. I'm going to see Taylor Swift next Thursday in LA.
I know. It's pretty crazy. It's funny. When Carla Marie first found out she wasn't going to be going, I immediately looked up what shows were still available because we also have some travel around, whatever. And I realized there was a very small window where she could have made one of the shows in Los Angeles. So I started looking up flights, and I was going to reach out to one of our friends who does have very limited access to some tickets every now and then. So as I was looking all of this up, I get the text from Carla Marie that she beat me to the punch, basically. I was going to surprise you with it all. And thankfully now I don't have to spend any of my own money because you're doing it on your own.
I lucked out. So my friend Colleen is very grateful. Has the coolest job ever where she gets access to things like this sometimes. And she happened to be there working that week. So in LA.
You said she's very grateful.
I don't know. Brain.
What?
I'm very grateful.
Okay.
Maybe is what I meant to say. She is just the timing, how it worked out is insane. That she's there for work. So it's like, okay, yeah, you get to go to this and you can take someone. And I had airline points. This whole trip is I'm only there for like 18 hours. It cost me like $80.
That's great.
I know.
That is great.
It's absolutely insane. I'm going to land at SeaTac and go straight to Lumen Field for Football Fest for Seahawks kickoff to the season. So if you're going to that, I'll see you there. So yeah, that was.
Yeah, it is pretty cool. And like I said, I lucked out because now I don't have to spend any money to surprise Carla Marie. She did it herself. Huh?
You can buy me merch.
I'm busy that day. Speaking of merch, I want to give a huge shout out to, I can't remember who it was, but they put it in our Discord chat. The Kenergy sweater or hooded sweater. That's like kind of, I don't know, furry and rainbow. I saw it in the movie, and I had mentioned that I wanted it, and it's now available. Mattel is actually selling them, and it's available for pre-sale right now. But someone had put it in Discord.
It says Knuff, right? Or
yeah, you are Ken Enough.
I am Knuff.
I am whatever it is. It's cool. It's really because of it looks like a rainbow sherbet, and it looks very comfortable.
And you love those fuzzies. Mm-hmm. Okay, so just back to COVID. So Anthony starts testing every day. Yeah. From Sunday. Now, mind you, I've had symptoms probably since Wednesday.
And there's a good chance we got it at the same place. Because any place that we've been with a lot of people we've been to together.
But it doesn't, that's the
and
thing.
I know it doesn't have to be.
I told my friend, I said I could have touched the doorknob and picked my nose.
Of course. But we were at a wedding the weekend before, then we had the Barbie premiere. There was a lot.
The only thing we did separately was work out. So, I don't know. But I know no one else with COVID that I have been in contact with.
Same.
Then he tested positive yesterday, but luckily, according to how it works with symptoms, like, what is it? Tomorrow's technically your last day?
Basically, I'm good by tomorrow. Now, I'll go out wearing a mask.
Yeah, I've been doing the same thing.
But I should be good by tomorrow.
Just wait.
What?
You'll get like the...
Well, no, so before I tested positive, I did go to the gym. And thankfully, I am still someone who wipes down everything after I use it. But I went to the gym and I wore a mask, just in case, at the time. And I did get some looks. No one came and talked to me, which was nice.
I get people...
Actually, no, I will say my one friend Julian did, but he did it at a distance because he saw that you tested positive, so he knew that there was a possibility there.
So I yesterday had to go to Whole Foods to...
Tissue, please. Sorry.
To return some... Amazon things, and where else did I go? That was where I got the looks, which is shocking because if you're shopping at Whole Foods,
I don't like people that shop at Whole Foods.
You're you know what? You're judgy. I'll be honest. They were, but they should have been like, you should be very granola. I guess.
I think if we were to rate the worst types of people based on the places they shop, that place in LA.
Erewhon?
That probably has to be the worst because, you're spending $18 on eggs.
Maybe that's what I'm going to end up spending more money on anything, but I'm going to go to Erewhon next week.
Then it would have to be Whole Foods because I feel like people go to Whole Foods to prove a point to other people. I'm so healthy. I went to Whole Foods. Ugh. Trader Joe's is probably a good group of people.
It is. They're great. I love them.
And then you get your regulars. You get your Stop and Shop on the East Coast, salt of the earth. Costco, salt of the earth. Probably a little cracked out at times.
What?
I don't know.
All right, you're not doing a good job with this. You clearly don't go grocery shopping enough.
I do.
So, at Whole Foods, I was getting some people, and even in the parking lot, that were looking at me, and I so bad wanted to take my mask, pull it down, and go, I have COVID, and just put it back up, but I didn't. Because the doctor said I'm allowed to be in public now with the mask. Just letting everyone know, I don't technically have it anymore. There was something I was going to say about grocery store. Weirdest thing ever happened. Black Mirror-esque. So yesterday, long story short, I'm shooting some stuff with Seahawks starting Sunday, and I needed to order something on Amazon, and plush ice cream cone. I'll get into it next week. And all these different ice cream cone toys were coming up. And there was one that was like a set of like all ice cream cones and different ice creams that like kids can put together.
Okay.
I walked into Whole Foods and it was sitting there. And I was like,
the same set of fake ice cream?
Because obviously Whole Foods and Amazon, and I was like, does everyone see this? Or just me? Because why
was Whole Foods selling fake ice cream cones?
It was like an end cap of summer toys, but it was the ice cream thing that I just searched on Amazon.
That sucks.
Why does that suck? I'm not talking about buying it. I'm talking about...
Yeah, but they're monitoring you.
Yeah.
They clearly are.
They saw me in the parking lot, and they were like,
that's why it sucks.
Switch everything.
And you've used their Amazon Go stuff, right?
Nah, no Palm. I never gave them my Palm.
But you've been to the Amazon Go store.
Yeah, but that's your phone.
Oh,
and
but
so
they're tracking you. They're tracking everything you do now. Between your grocery stores, your online shopping, where your phone is.
I firmly believe that someone was like, quick, get the cones.
Yeah. Like there's little elves.
Subject X27 is coming.
Like there's little elves. It's like Santa's elves, but Bezos just works them to the bone, and then they die because it's Jeff Bezos.
That's aggressive.
Yeah. Well, that's what Bezos does. Let's see. Oh, my kid loved those ice cream sets, says Jess from Minnesota. And then Claire said it is like that episode of Black Mirror.
Yeah.
You know, I've never watched. I know what Black Mirror is. Obviously, I've never watched an episode of it.
Did I tell you I just watched one? The first one I've ever watched ever. The show's been out for like 8 years, 9 maybe. Was like a few weeks ago, and it was from this latest season.
How many seasons are there?
I think this is 6.
Oh wow!
And it's about Netflix essentially, but how they're tracking you, and they start releasing. So it would be like called Carla Marie is Awful would be the documentary that they put out. And it follows me around, but it has someone like an actor playing me. But it starts showing your whole life. And like she happened to meet up with her ex-boyfriend. So her boyfriend was like, did you?
Got it.
And it's just like, and it's the cyclical chaos. But they start releasing them for all these people in the world and like ruining everyone's lives. Because there's like this AI hub that is getting all this information and tracking you and following you. And when you sign up for Netflix, you give them this information.
Yeah.
It was wild.
You know, it's interesting. And I think all the hubbub about TikTok is kind of like settled down a little bit with, you know, Congress making the CEO of TikTok come in and testify. I wish people were that mad about all of the information that all of the companies are taking from us.
Yeah.
And I get it. Yes, TikTok is owned by a Chinese company, and there are some national security issues there. But Facebook is taking all the same information, or Meta, I should say, is taking all, if not more, information.
Oh, yeah.
Amazon's taking a ton of information. Every single digital service takes insane amounts of your information.
Yeah.
From the type of phone you're using, to the service you're using, to where you are, to your IP address, all of it. They are taking everything. But we were only mad for some reason about TikTok.
Because it was from China.
Because it's just the easy thing. Everyone said, oh, we should be mad at TikTok. And everyone said, okay, TikTok's doing the same things that everyone else is doing.
Did that automatically make that go to everybody or no?
What?
I put that. Is that for everybody?
I don't know what you're talking about.
The list.
Yeah. You just said this and that and I don't know what you're talking about. Yes, that is the list. And I want to jump back to the COVID cuties thing for a second. Mm-hmm. There were a handful of people who, and it wasn't a lot. When I posted that I finally did have COVID, a lot of people were just sending me well wishes, which is very nice. And there were 1 or 2 people that kind of made fun of me for still testing, which I thought was really weird. But I also explained to them that normally I actually wouldn't have tested. I just would have thought it was, a mild sinus infection, which I get all the time. But because obviously you had tested positive, and my parents were supposed to fly in yesterday. And this is the worst part for me, is my parents were supposed to fly in yesterday from New Jersey because on Friday morning, they're taking a cruise to Alaska for their anniversary.
And the last thing you want is to be on a cruise with COVID.
Exactly. I didn't want to, knowing that Carla Marie had it and I was trying to avoid it, and knowing that they were going on a cruise, the last thing I wanted to do was, A, ruin their vacation, because you don't want to be on that beautiful adventure.
Right.
Going through the inlets and stuff of Alaska and be stuck in your room. Mm-hmm. And I didn't want to knowingly send COVID onto a cruise ship. Is someone else probably sending COVID onto a cruise ship? Most likely.
Yeah.
But if I know...
Like, your parents should be wearing masks on that ship, knowing that the family reunion's the next week.
Yeah, they'll be fine, though, by then.
No, because if they get COVID on their last day,
Yeah, well...
and then they test positive 4 days later.
Yeah, but they'll also... I mean, they're going to be outside a lot. I don't know. They can figure it out. But as long as I know that I'm not sending it...
Right.
Because I am... Listen, I've done some stupid things in my life. But I will say, throughout my life, I've been very conscious of making sure that my decisions... don't hurt other people.
Yeah.
I've done some things to hurt myself, done some stupid things, but I just don't want to do it to other people.
Right. So now
that's why I was testing.
So now they're flying in tonight. They're staying in a hotel. I'm going to pick them up from the airport with a mask, and we may do an outdoor dinner.
Mm-hmm. And also, knowing that you're sick is good, obviously, but knowing what kind of sick you are is pretty important.
And someone had said, Anthony, like, it's not like they can give you medicine. Idiot, where have you been? Yes, they can, and I feel great now thanks to that medicine. Yeah. So I don't understand people. They're very bizarre. But I also was saying, like, so we had very different COVID reactions. I got knocked out where, like, there was about a day and a half that I said may have been worse than the first time I had it.
Crazy.
Like, it wrecked me. And even if you're like, whatever, you're not going to die. But don't you want to avoid that? Like, if you can, like, I could have gone to this Taylor Swift concert and gotten all my friends sick.
Yeah.
One of them flies to Nashville for her birthday this week and has a baby. Like, why would I do that?
Yeah.
Like, what kind of person are you?
Yeah.
So that's what I don't understand. I also was saying, like, what if, like, because everyone's living their lives now like it doesn't exist.
Which is fine.
But then you're also not taking precautions. So, like, if you're getting married next weekend and I gave you COVID and you got as sick as I was, even without knowing you had COVID, your wedding's ruined.
Yeah.
Like, you're done.
Yeah.
So, like...
That's when you just load up on a bunch of caffeine and try to get through it.
And spread COVID to your entire wedding. So that's why I was like, you know what? I'm going to not go to Taylor Swift. I'm not going to do any of this. I'm going to just rest, which thank you to everyone for letting us take 2 days off.
Yeah, that was a big deal. And I still think that the reason that I didn't have that bad of a reaction was because I was sleeping, I was resting, I was taking care of myself, even before Carla Marie tested positive.
Yeah, so just beware. That's all. I was telling you to change the way you live, but...
Missing Taylor Swift, we went over that. COVID cuties. Real quick, I want to talk about the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, in case anyone's going to leave anytime soon. We are hosting a screening. Here's what's going to happen. We're going to be in front of a theater on Saturday morning, just doing trivia and stuff, and then other people will be passing out the prizes for trivia. As part of that, we have, I think, 10 to 12 seats that we can fill in that theater. I won't be staying for the movie, unfortunately, even though I'm a huge Ninja Turtles fan. Yeah. I will be allowed to be in public. I just don't want to make people feel weird if I'm sitting next to them. So if you want to go, make sure you're following Carla Marie and Anthony on Instagram, because that's how we are going to fill those seats. What?
Someone said Carla doesn't seem too excited for it. Not really sure what they're talking about.
Who knows?
The studio or the movie?
Who knows? The burglary. Let's talk about that.
But yes, follow us on Instagram because we will have passes to give away. You won't get COVID from us. We promise.
Yes.
Imagine just go to a movie theater and give all these children. We're not doing
just start eating people's popcorn.
Okay. So, anyway, the burglary last Friday morning, and this is when everything started. All the bad things. Last Friday morning, I'm walking to our car, which was parked further down the street than like normal. So I said to Anthony, "You stay up here." Where was I driving you?
I was actually going to drive you to Orange Theory, and then I was going to go to my physical therapy appointment.
Yeah, so I had Orange Theory at a studio I've never been to before because they were having a Taylor Swift-themed class. And I was so excited. And I start walking, and at this point I actually woke up and I was like, man, I'm congested today. This is annoying. Whatever. Walking down the street, I see a cat on my way. It was like such a lovely day. And then I get to the car, and the back passenger side window is smashed. The driver's side window is smashed. And I just like did this in my tracks. I went, and then I went, no. And I looked in the back seat, and I had a beach bag size, right? Like this, of all of my Amazon Prime Day returns. Gone.
Yeah.
And now I am calling him. And he's up at the top of the street, and I start walking back.
When I saw Carla Marie walking back, I knew it was bad. I thought the car itself was stolen.
And I was like, someone broke into the car and stole all of my Amazon returns. And that was I didn't actually end up crying, but I was like.
That was a little bit.
I didn't actually, there were no tears. I don't know what's wrong with me these days. Then we go back to the car, start taking anything out. Neighbors start coming out of nowhere. They're like, this happened on this street? I'm like, yeah, you guys live 12 houses down from me. What do you think? What goes on down here? Nothing? Because this happens all the time everywhere else in the city. So they were all very, very nice. They'll give me your number. I'll ask my other neighbor if they have security footage. Nobody did somehow. And it's right under a street lamp.
And even if they did,
what am I going to do?
There's almost no chance that anything positive would have happened with that security footage.
They don't do anything.
Seattle PD isn't going to be roaming the streets looking for your Amazon packages.
No, literally when something like that happens, unless it's your actual car stolen, they ask, you don't have to do a police report or anything. Obviously, it helps for insurance, but all the police ask you to do is fill that out for basically statistics so that they can just say how many break-ins there were or what area has break-ins. It's bizarre. So we get everything out of the car. I start cleaning it up. Anthony borrows Amy from Seattle Cocktail Club's car to go to his physical therapy appointment. I now start the process of the police report, the insurance. Shout out to All-Star Auto Glass. They're amazing. They were able to wrap the window that day and then get us in the next morning. So within 24 hours, the window was fixed. The front driver window also had the side window had a crack in it because they clearly tried breaking into there first. So there was 2 windows that had to be replaced. But boom, done right away, they're amazing. All the other companies that my insurance were recommending, I had to wait more than a week. So that was cool. So I start that process. Then I tried filing it with my homeowner's insurance because if stuff gets stolen from you anywhere, you can do it under homeowner's insurance because it's your property. But I didn't meet the deductible. And now I'm in the process of trying to do it through my credit card. But every time I fill out the entire application with all 9 items that were stolen, it says, sorry, there was an error when I hit submit. Little sus. So that's where I'm at in this process. But I did learn that in all of this. If you don't know, that if you have anything stolen, if you're walking down the street and your purse is stolen off of you, you can often do that through homeowner's insurance. You make fun of me. Hi, Mama. Jesus Christ.
Yeah, heavy.
She's so big. Hey, you're not going to be able to do this anymore, so say hi.
Oh, man.
Look at all the Ericas. Look, she's staring at the screen.
Lisa said, and then you guys were on LinkedIn Live. It feels like forever ago. Yeah, that was a crazy Friday because that happened. Carla Marie handled all the stuff with insurance. I then got picked up by our friend Amy. Went to physical therapy, came back, then did the LinkedIn Live. It was a very busy morning. That all happened by 12:30.
Yeah, and that LinkedIn Live audio was really, it's going to be a great conversation. It'll be up as a podcast, I think, next week. So we'll share that when it's done.
Oh, that's a lot of Ericas on the screen.
She's staring at them. Hi, Mama.
Well, now she's staring at the ceiling.
No, she's staring at her mom.
She was sniffing under the door when I was walking back from the bathroom, so I figured she wanted to come in.
She does. She loves her mom.
If anyone wasn't here when we made our announcement, the announcement is this is our last stream, hopefully, from this studio. After this, we will be streaming from our brand new, believe it or not, state-of-the-art new studio. Well, and it's going to be where we do our live stream, where we do the morning show podcast, where we do some other events as well and some other broadcast or video projects.
Yeah. And when we say state of the art, keep in mind, we will still have the same audio and video equipment for a bit and computer. Mm-hmm. We're working on getting a brand new, hardware, if you will.
Custom computer, yeah. Also, I'm going to post about this on Instagram later. If you happen to have any GoPro Hero 7s laying around, specifically the 7, let us know because that has seemed to work for us better than the newer ones because I think now they're at 10 or 11. The 7 seems to be the one that's best for our needs.
We'd love to buy it from you.
And yeah, we'll buy it from you. Or if you just want to give it to us, that's fine too.
No.
I'm just saying. if it's just like sitting there and you're not using it.
Mama.
But yeah, we would like to get a new streaming PC, especially because normally almost every day we stream from my laptop. And I don't want to have to take my laptop there every morning, plug it in, and do all that stuff.
Yeah.
Because I'd also need it at home. Okay, what are you doing?
She's my little bud. She's been staying with me.
The Carla and Anthony channel is expanding. I mean, we're growing. We're trying to. And it's crazy because today, actually, July 27th, would be 3 years to the day of our first stream.
After we got let go.
After we got let go. So, like, we're announcing our new studio on the 3-year anniversary of when we started this journey. And it's been a crazy journey between lawyers with our last company and all the ups and downs, the financial ups and downs, the digital and equipment ups and downs, emotional roller coaster. It's been pretty crazy. So as excited as we are to open this new space, it really is a testament to how strong this community was or has been, and how much you guys have supported us. So thank you very, very, very much.
Yeah, it's surreal. And I just can't, wait to be in there and, live a normal life.
Yeah, whatever normal means.
Whatever,
I don't know.
Leaving the house normal.
Yes.
I think it'll just make everything... It's going to make a lot of things fall into place, I think.
Yeah.
We'll get to have guests come on the show.
Yeah.
Physically come on the show.
Yeah, it's weird because we have had moments where people said, oh, if we can bring this artist or this director or this actor to your studio, but we're not going to walk them to the last room in the house, which is a spare bedroom, and there's a couch there and all that stuff, past our bathroom and our bedroom.
Yeah.
That'd be weird. So now we can actually bring guests in. And I was talking to our friend EJ, because EJ has a home studio, even though he works for Kiss FM in LA, and he's on the radio in basically every city in the country. He's like pretty big time. And I was telling him how the work from home thing is just I'm not built for it. And he was saying how he loves it. And some people love it. Some people hate it. I am definitely one of the people that hates it.
I've wavered, I loved it in the beginning because it was such a nice break. It really was.
I think from time to time, it's awesome.
And I will still have the ability to, at least with the podcast, because things will happen. We're not going to sit at the studio till 10 p.m. as news changes. We'll be able to record some stuff from home. So that is amazing. Or if we need to go there, it's 10 minutes away.
Yeah.
So that'll be very nice. But getting stuff out of the house and leaving the house, I think it's going to do wonders for our brains.
And this is one of the reasons people have asked me if I would ever build I know it's different, but people have asked me if I would ever build a home gym or something. And if I had tons of space and I could have a separate garage that was its own workout area, I probably would. But I also am a big believer of having compartmentalized spaces for different things that you do. I don't know if it's healthy to do everything in one space. I think you need to see different things. You need to move around a little bit, see different people. And one of the cool things about having the studio space is technically we don't have coworkers at the Carla and Anthony show, but we are in an office building that has 5 or 6 employees. And we'll be able to
interacting with them.
We can see them. It's just changing up the scenery a little bit, talking to people. I think that's just healthy for everybody.
Yes. And for a show that is supposed to be, I don't want to say mimicking human, but we're supposed to be a lifestyle show that is relatable. But when we only sit home, which is also not what we do, we're literally all over the place. But when we live more of a normal life, we'll have more things to talk about. And
I think, and you saw that, I think, when everything was locked down and across the country, radio stations were broadcasting from home and stuff. I think you saw that translate in I would call it the lackluster content.
At first, it was oh my God, this is crazy. I'm doing my show and my dog is here or whatever.
The very first 2 weeks when we thought that's all we were going to have to do. But then it got to a point where people were rolling out of bed, doing a show, but they didn't really experience anything from day to day other than their living room and bedroom.
Yeah, it was.
It's weird. And I think we have to interact with people to have better things, better lives to live, which gives us better things to talk about.
Sap181 said they're going to have a new studio.
Yes, sir.
Starting on Monday. We've been building it, and we'll talk more about it on Monday, but I learned how to use a nail gun. I learned how to rip up and install a carpet.
I learned things about power and electricity that I never knew before.
Yeah.
Different wiring, different ways to fuse things together.
Yeah.
It's been cool, and I love learning these things, and there was a lot of tinkering that was going on. And when we say that we built a studio, I need to be we assisted
There's an asterisk.
in the build-out of a studio because Amy and Jeff were really the driving forces behind it.
Yeah.
I mean, Jeff, when you see it, it'll be easier to explain.
And we will have, we've been documenting this entire process, and it's going to take a bit, but there's going to be a long how we did everything video, and then there's going to be shorter clips and reels and stuff we'll share to kind of take you along the journey and show it off.
And we'll continue to be building things. The structure itself is basically done. Right? Yeah, I think it's almost entirely done.
We won't know exactly what we need in some spaces and some things until we're in there.
We needed to leave some room to grow. Some things will change over time, and when it comes to equipment, we'll be making adjustments, modifications, doing a lot of tinkering for the next 2 weeks, basically, at least. Because even just things like camera angles. We've had this one angle now for basically since we started. Yeah. The background has changed. The tables have changed. But other than that, it's been the same shot. And now we'll have, hopefully, 3 cameras that we can work with.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Apparently, I want to see the poll results.
What was the poll?
Do you still work from home?
Here, let me find it. That should be right
Sap
here.
said, I want a tour. I'm visiting Seattle in September. We actually might be able to make it work if you...
Oh, yeah, I was talking to Sap about that.
What is the date?
It says, as of right now, the poll just ended. 63% of the people who entered the poll are still working from home. So it's 63 to 37.
I think that's why a lot of people watch still.
Oh, yeah, it's great.
Because if you're in an office, you're probably not watching too much.
I think there are. I mean, if you are watching in the office, just let us know in the chat.
Well, Fred the mailman watches from his office. Listens.
But I think that's the coolest part about this, and I don't know, radio stations can do this too with their apps. What? Why'd you give me a sad face?
Sorry, B-Delps. I started seeing a new infertility doctor, and during my initial consult, he kept saying, you look great. I said to him, Carla and Anthony say that. Girls in the office watch your show. Way to spread positivity in a dark, difficult time.
That's awesome.
Can you shout out the place?
Yeah. I guess we can tease it now. Next week, we're having a bunch of people in our podcast family.
Oh, yeah.
On the Morning Show podcast to play games. And when I say podcast family, Gemini 13 is the company that we now work with that sells the ads on our podcast.
We should probably tell them about the new studio.
We will. I told one of them, okay. The one that lives out here in Seattle. But they have a whole stable of podcasts. So we said, hey, instead of just doing the very typical promo for a podcast that you place somewhere, why don't we have them on and they can tell people about the podcast and play a game? And one of the people we were most excited to have on is TJ.
Yep.
If you listen to Elvis Duran in the morning show, you know TJ from way back in the day. He left Elvis's show to go do his own show in Boston with our friend Lauren. Then when that ended, he launched the TJ show.
It was a podcast at first.
And now it's on, I think, 16 to 20 radio stations around the country. He's doing great things. And he's the first guest we're going to have on, him and his co-host, J-Bo. And it turns out we had never met J-Bo before, and she actually already has a You Look Great sticker on her laptop.
I have no idea where she got it.
Maybe from Morning Show Boot Camp if she was there last year, because they were given out as part of the care packages.
Yes, but we'll also be at Morning Show Boot Camp in a few weeks, and TJ will be there, and we're all on panels. It's a very small world, and it's wild how we started working with TJ, and now we're back under the same umbrella as TJ. Yep. Just cool.
Yep. DLPN24. I watched from The Office.
That's Dolphin.
Dolphin? Like dolphin?
That's a dolphin.
Let's see.
Can we please have another chance to buy the cotton candy crop hoodie?
Oh, you know what? Finish what you're going to say, first off.
Okay, don't forget what you have to say.
I won't.
I was in the shower yesterday and I was like, I think we need to do either live on Twitch or almost like a 100-person Zoom session of each person give us your merch ideas.
Yeah.
And
we can do a, I
we've
think
done
we can do a
something
special
similar.
Twitch.
Yeah, but I want to see people.
They can guest star. Anyway, I do like that idea. One of the reasons people have been asking us about merch a lot. What?
I'm just writing down what people say.
Oh. People have been asking us about merch a lot, about our You Look Great line and some of the other projects that we have planned. And one of the reasons that we have been postponing the planning and launch of that was because of this new studio. So now that we finally got that mostly done, it's still going to take some work, obviously, but we got that out of the way. We've now announced it. We can move forward with planning our merch for hopefully the fall. Also, I saw The Miz is in here.
I'm writing what you guys are saying down.
Shout out to The Miz on air. He said, can't wait to see you guys in a couple of weeks.
Hey.
Morning Show Boot Camp.
Insulated water bottle. It's crazy that you say that, Simba Blast, because, and maybe this is just a fault to ourselves, but I'm always like, everyone has an insulated water bottle. They don't need ours.
But no, I will say specifically Simba Blast, who is Allison. I know that she has whatever company makes her insulated water bottle, and she has our You Look Great sticker
on it
and takes that with her everywhere. I think when she was in the hospital, actually, she was using that as well. So I think, yes, people have a million water bottles, but we're not forcing anyone to buy a new one. If they want another one, they buy one.
I'm putting something into the universe.
Yeah.
A You Look Great Stanley collab.
Yeah. Do you know anyone at Stanley?
I do, and I've been talking to her.
Why don't we do it?
And her name is Carla.
Just Carla?
With a K.
Very different. But yeah, let's reach out.
And no, Mike, the show is not over. This is our last show from this studio. We built out a brand new studio at a location that is not home, and we'll be broadcasting from there Monday, if all things go well this weekend.
Can I, since you put your idea out there, can I put one of my ideas out there?
Yeah.
Okay. So we're all familiar with billboards, right? You drive by a million of them a day, most likely. I originally was looking up how much a billboard would be for the Morning Show podcast. I especially wanted to put it up by our old radio station, but that was just me because I'm a petty, spiteful little bitch. And I thought to myself, a billboard is great, but that's only one spot for what we can afford. We're not doing a whole billboard campaign we're not Apple. We can't plaster the world with our logo. So I then thought, what if we, instead of investing in a billboard, made a billboard shirt? And we make it the cheapest, we don't make any money on it on our website. So maybe it's, $15. I have no idea how much it would cost for the color, print, and all that. But the whole idea is you're not buying it. No one's buying it to support us financially. They're buying it to help us spread the word and be a billboard. Yeah. And it would literally have a picture of a billboard and say the Morning Show podcast on it. I don't know. It's an interesting way to do marketing, I think.
It is. Let's go baby steps. We ordered car magnets, so we're going to be driving around with the Morning Show podcast on the car and a big giant QR code.
The radio fam said do it and I'll help.
The billboard across from the radio studio?
Well, I think just the billboard shirt idea.
No, I think it was the billboard across from the
let's see. Matt said that's honestly a brilliant idea, Anthony.
Matt?
Bam, Carla Marie.
Matt?
Suck it.
Everyone wants a shirt that says I'm a petty, spiteful little bitch.
That's great, actually.
There's a song.
It just said I'm a petty, spiteful little bitch, but you look great.
There's a song that I've been wanting to make a reel out of.
Uh-huh.
And I saved it, and I laughed out loud the first time I heard it. And I'm sure someone knows what song I'm about to talk about. But how do you, honestly, who do they make Instagram for these days?
Oh, how do you find things that you bookmarked?
There it is.
It's tough. It's a tough world out there. For the Mailman said, I paid $750 for 3 months for a billboard here in Ohio. It's actually not bad.
Should we just put one in Ohio?
We could.
Yeah.
I mean, the cool thing about our show and our brand is that, especially because of Elvis, but now because of the digital world that we live in, people do know us around the country
I'm
in some other countries.
Pretty sure my brother said he had a billboard for 6 months in New Jersey for his restaurant. It was $20K.
Yeah, well, it depends on where you're putting it. Like putting one at a high traffic area in Seattle, probably pretty expensive.
Okay, the song is called Petty by Baby Tate. I don't like that it's spelled P-E-D-I, though. I don't know why she did that. Because, like, that's pedophile, but... Oh, wait, we're going to go to jail. I don't want to do that. It says something like...
pedophile's not petty, that's pedo.
Oh, you're right.
Yeah.
It just scares me.
It's a little close.
It says something like, show me the pettiest person, I bet it's a man. And I'm going to do a video of you.
Without a doubt. Yeah. Without
Ask yourself, who is the pettiest person that you know? It's a man, ain't it?
Yeah.
So.
Well, because pettiness is just anger.
Yeah, but women get
pettiness is bitch ass anger, and that's what I am. I'm not gonna do anything about it. Yeah, like Manny Petty. True.
Yeah, that's what I guess.
That's how they spelled it, or with a Y?
P-E-D-I.
Oh, they spelled it with an I. I know a company that has billboards in Times Square. Well, I mean, if we can get one of those,
yeah, but there's
I feel
that
like
digital,
our budget. What?
That digital billboard thing in Times Square. Everyone's got one there these days.
What are you talking about?
The new thing. Haven't you been seeing like all these people? Dr. Sugai, the dermatologist here, he's got a billboard in Times Square now.
Okay.
For like Instagram.
I'm sure as a dermatologist he makes a lot of money.
Yeah, but like there's like I don't know. I feel like everyone I follow on Instagram, they're like random artists or whatever. Everyone like or random Instagram people have like Times Square billboards, and I'm like,
is it something where they have it for like 30 seconds?
Yeah, I think so.
And it turns over, so
and
you can just like get your picture in front of it. And I mean, hey, branding is important. Perception is everything. There's did you ever see? There's a spoof video of a guy who rents out private planes for Instagram influencers, but they don't actually take off. They just get to go in the. It's a whole spoof video. If you get a billboard, I want to be able to go stand in front of it and take a picture with it. I mean, me too. I would 100% do that.
Wait. $40 will buy you 15 seconds of fame on one of Times Square's largest billboards.
40 for how long?
15 seconds.
That's.
What if
I mean,
it's
$40.
What if I sneeze going to take the video?
It's $40. So I mean,
like, if we did get 30 seconds, can we do $80?
I mean, I don't know if that's how that math works. It sounds like that's how it should work. I just don't know if you're allowed to do that.
So how many 15-second increments are in a day? Like, how much money are they making off this billboard?
Oh, a lot of money.
Someone do that math.
Well, think about it. It's 15 seconds. You get 4 ads per minute, right? So you're looking at $160 a minute.
$160 a minute. 160.
And how many
times 60, so $9,600 an hour times 24, $230,400. I want to own a Times Square billboard a day.
You know what's
But they're
crazy?
not doing it overnight.
You know what's crazy to think? And yes, you have luxury brands, and I know that the guy that owns the Louis Vuitton parent company is like one of the richest men in the world. But some of the richest people in the world are people who sell the least expensive things you can. It's kind of wild. Like Bezos started making millions by selling things cheaper than anybody else. First with books, and then with all the other shit.
But then you create demand. And
Yep.
So people are paying, like, it's pretty incredible that people will pay $40 to broadcast a video they're not even there to witness. And if it takes off, it should be good news. Okay. This article was from January.
Oh, Morgan, great question. Speaking of pictures, are you still going to change your intro video eventually? That's one of the things that we are launching with our new studio.
You're doing that on Monday?
I'm hoping to, yeah.
You got a lot to do over the next
2 days.
days.
I'm not going anywhere. I'm saving almost 2.5 hours a day by not going to the gym for the next 2 days. So I got time. I'm not going to see my parents now. I got a ton of time.
Oh my God, you can gift the video. You can buy a gift card for someone.
You know, this makes sense because I have a friend who has a podcast, and I just remembered he thanked someone for a video and billboard in Times Square, and now this makes sense because
the Takeover Times Square package.
Okay.
Each package includes a code that is valid for multiple redemptions. Okay. You can buy, so we can buy for $380, we get 10
15-second increments. Okay.
But can't we get them straight through? I don't want them straight through. Not in New York City? Okay, so what if we do this when we're back?
Oh, you can watch the screen live, so there's a live stream of the screen.
I'm assuming they tell you when. Upload from, there's an app. Okay, we have to do it.
I wonder when that's going to be, when it's going to get out of control and someone puts like their dick up there.
Or someone approving it.
Something's going to happen.
Okay, well, before that happens, we're going to be in New Jersey in like 3 weeks.
And?
We should go there and stand in front of it and have it up there.
We could.
Are you dumb?
Weren't you just making fun of people for doing this?
I was confused. Now I get it. But like your parents might be watching this right now, but my mom's not. And I was like, Mom, we have to go to Times Square. Something really cool is going to happen. But I don't tell her how much it is. But like getting my
But what if she looks away for 15 seconds?
What's insane?
What if she's tying her shoe?
It will cost me more money to get into New York City than the...
This is a good question from Tacoma Swifty. Will you be able to see your parents on the way back after the Alaska cruise? Yes, because the cruise is a week. I'm cleared to see people by this weekend.
Yeah, but also tonight we're going to try to do an far-away outdoor dinner.
We'll see. I might just say, go to the cruise. I'll see you when you get back.
Okay.
Because as much as I do want to see my parents, because I do miss them, I really don't want to ruin their trip. I don't want my mom or dad to be stuck in a room feeling congested. Because like I've said, I feel okay, but it knocked out Carla Marie this past weekend. So obviously you can like have different reactions. Mm-hmm. And then I will pick them up from the cruise next Friday, take them to the airport the next morning, and then a couple days after that, I'll be in New Jersey anyway.
A week later, yeah.
So as much as I would like to show them my city, my dad hasn't been here for 4 years.
Can they extend their flight?
And my dad's never been here in the summer either.
Can they extend their flight?
No, because we have the family reunion that following weekend. So also, they wouldn't extend their flight. They wouldn't tell the pilot to just circle around for a while. Hey,
we're going to go around one more time.
Here's $100. Extend this flight for me.
Screw you.
Oh, man. Are you guys going to be there for
That's DJ.
both
That's
full
Danny
days
Romero
of Morning Show Boot Camp? We will be there. What?
Move that big, large arm.
What? I don't know what you're talking about.
Oh, she was sleeping like a little innocent.
Oh. We will be there all day on Thursday, most of the day Friday. We do have to fly back for my family reunion.
Look, this is what was happening. You were looking at your sister. Come here. Come on, I'm not going to be able to put you on screen. Max! Hold on, I'll get Max.
Oh, my God. She's carrying. She's got 3 cats in her hands. Did she come?
No, she will.
Oh, she's got 2 cats.
So,
Good question. Is your Carla Marie and Anthony neon sign going to move with you to the new studio? That is a yes. We don't know where we're going to put it yet, but it'll be there somewhere.
Look at this long man. John, show them how long you are. John.
All right.
Johnny, say hi and bye to everybody. Look at this man's face. Can you put it so that he can see his face coming on the screen?
It's right there.
No. The bouncies, they're going to be there.
Oh, people would have to put...
They are, but you're not on that screen.
They have to put a lot of them for him to see it. So a lot of the John emotes. Any of them if you want.
Oh, look, John, man.
I don't think he knows what he looks like in cartoon.
Okay,
Oh, there we go. There's a lot of Johns on the screen.
Max, this is your last chance. Look, we're going outside.
Oh, Caroline's running out. Well, that's a lot of Johns on the screen now.
Okay, Max, let's go. She's probably walking at a snail's pace.
Is Pikachu coming? Good question. I don't think Pikachu
No.
will be there, unfortunately. Maybe we'll have to get a Pikachu emote.
Maybe we'll put him with the flamingo at the Seattle Cocktail Club office. We have a full bar, people. Like, I can work behind it.
You could?
I accept tips.
You could. All right. Well, it's been fun. We say goodbye to the studio as we know it.
This is wild.
Cheers, Carla Marie.
But remember when we first did the show from here?
Mm-hmm.
We did it at an angle in this corner.
We were on a little ass desk.
Where did we get that?
That was the desk that was in here.
Oh, my old desk.
Yeah, your old desk. That now is, I believe, in Molly Mesnick's house.
Mm-hmm. It's what her daughter Riley uses to get ready on.
I mean, just to think back to the first, literally 3 years ago today.
We were at your
We
apartment.
were on my metal kitchen table in my apartment with a camera on a tripod. And that was it. A webcam of some sort. Or maybe it was my laptop.
I think we were using your laptop.
Yeah, whatever it was. I mean, we've had a lot of iterations.
We did my dining room table for a while.
Yeah. We've tried to make it work in a bunch of different ways. Not only did we do your dining room table, we then were in your living room on the coffee table for a little bit.
That was so uncomfortable.
Then we moved in here. We've had a bunch of different versions of what we've done in here. We've added a lot of things. And with your support, we've tried to continue to grow and make this stream better. Yeah. From a technical standpoint, from a watchability standpoint, from an interactive standpoint. And we're going to continue to do that. So onward and upward.
Yeah, this is wild times, guys.
Right?
I can't use my left.
What are you trying to do?
There we go. And now to Times Square billboards, baby.
Yeah.
Woo!
Cheers.
Cheers. Actually surprised my brother hasn't done that. Did that dummy come? Let me see if we got her.
Okay.
She just has to say goodbye.
I guess we have seen all the cats.
Where's your sister?
It's New Jersey Day. What? Now I've got to wait for Carla Marie to come back. I was ready to turn the stream off, but apparently that's not helping or happening. I think you are right, Claire. I will most likely try to do a compilation video because I do have almost all of our streams that we've ever done, so I can do just a quick version of a lot of the different places that we've streamed from, and that could be maybe part of Monday's intro, like a specialty intro. Is that Max?
Yeah, she was chilling on the couch.
You went downstairs already?
Yeah.
That was fast.
Well, I have 2 working legs.
Yeah, that's true. It has taken me a lot longer to do everything. All right. Well, Max is here now. It is time for us to get out of here.
Look at the beans.
All right.
The beans.
Thank you for hanging out with us. Thank you for supporting the show up until this point, and we can't wait to take you on the next part of our journey. Carla Marie, ready to roll?
Peace out. Love you. You look great.
You look great.